Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk about different gluten-free cookbooks and websites I've used over the years. I already did a video on how to use your regular gluten cookbooks and to find gluten-free recipes amongst those, because there's a lot of naturally gluten-free recipes out there, but quite often when you're new to gluten-free cooking, you just immediately assume that all the ways you've eaten before do not apply, but you might be surprised by how many things you can still eat. And so that's what I do with that other video. And so a little bit about me, I've been gluten-free specifically about 20 years now, and I grew up in a very holistic minded, clean eating family. So I pretty much have been eating more like a healthy lifestyle my whole entire life. I myself had to be gluten-free, mostly dairy-free. I can have goat cheese and I can have butter, but cow milk, all the versions of cow milk dairy I cannot have, and refined sugar free. Um, Refined sugar actually affects me worse than gluten. That's been my whole entire life. So I am going to share with you some of my gluten-free tricks and tips amongst cookbooks. We're going to start with the first gluten-free cookbook I ever bought. And this is Wheat-Free Recipes and Menus. This is by Carol Fenster. And I really liked, this is the first time I specifically was going gluten-free. And back then, you had to make your own gluten-free food if you're going to have gluten-free food that tasted good or at all. And so, and because I've been baking and cooking since I was 13, which has been like about 30 years now, and I'm also a huge, very passionate foodie. So to me, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to eat this way, let's dig in. I literally was like, remember very mentally thinking, let's get into it. Let's figure out how to make this really delicious. And I also had like my own gluten-free bakery and juice bar at one point because I wanted to share with people how delicious gluten-free baking can be. And over the years, people have actually said to me, wow, these are very flavorful. And it is. Gluten-free baking in general is very flavorful, especially when you make it yourself. And the stuff in the store has definitely improved too. So this cookbook, she is very informative. She's very thorough. I love highlighting things I can go back to at times. Like she talks about how to store things, parchment paper, and I put together, let's see, some of these blends I did put together. It's been so long since I've done her blends, but I did like the sandwich bread that I made here. And then there's like different dressings and vinaigrettes, chili sauce, because some things you do have to redo in your life. Soba noodles, if you don't know, soba noodles are buckwheat flour, so they are naturally gluten-free. I actually was just watching a YouTube video the other day using soba noodles. I was like, wait a second, I think those are gluten-free. And here, sandwich bread, very good. And I followed this recipe. I probably just did, I see my writing there. So I did 1 pound. And I actually left out some things. I like made like these little marks. And I remember the bread was pretty good, and I remember making also her French onion soup recipe in here, and I made it, and a couple of my brothers, siblings are very honest with you about what kind of food you make, and I had 2 brothers who absolutely love the French onion soup recipe that I made from here too. Okay. Oh, this is my sister's writing, so she must have made this recipe. She says, good, stayed together very well, tasted best fresh from the oven. So this cookbook, I actually haven't used in a while. Oh, I have chocolate chip cookies. I said, very good, but if you use maple syrup and agave nectar, double the flour or add enough until it's the right consistency. So this is the first gluten-free cookbook that I had. And then I was really impressed with it enough that I went and got her another cookbook of hers. And this is called The 1,000 Recipe. And she has a lot in here. This is probably the same loaf that I made in the other book here. So she has breads, biscuits, quick breads and muffins, pancakes. Again, I went through and here she says never pack the flour down in a measuring cup, level off the top. Vinegar is an acid, as is lemon juice. Both are used interchangeably in bread. And I've noticed when I make muffins, I either use lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. She has pies. She has pastas. Pasta dishes, I should say. And then she has all your different types of meats. So this is a really good caution thing here. I've had so many people over the years have been like, because they know that I'm a very passionate foodie and I love baking and cooking. So they'll go through to a thrift store and they'll see something and they'll think of me. And they're like, oh, she might really like it and they might buy it for me or tell me about it. And I'm like, listen, I do not know where these dishes have been. Even if I wash them, I don't know if they're still contaminated with gluten, so I cannot do secondhand dishes. And that's what she says here about the cast iron. You just never know. We have the different meats here. We have cakes and cupcakes, bars, cookies and bars. Well, the thing that I really liked here is in the very back of the book, she tells you how to replace blue cheese dipping sauce, cream sauces, gravies, different types of, I have marinara sauce here, very good, next to it, basil pesto. A lot of these little things, seasonings and stuff like that, miscellaneous, how to make buttermilk, almond paste, which that one is naturally gluten-free, but again, you might not have known that. The seasonings, coming up with your own seasonings. It's a very, very thorough cookbook. I have almond millet pudding. Ooh, I should make that again. Yeah. Butterscotch pudding. Oh, I'm being reminded of some really good things here. Okay. And then this one, Elena Amsterdam. She is on, I think she's on Instagram. But how I came across some of these cookbooks and websites is years and years and years ago, there used to be a website out there called stalkerville.net. It was a hub of all these different gluten-free websites and recipes. I found so many gluten-free, celiac, wheat-free, paleo recipes on there. I don't know if it's still around. It was an awful name for the website, but I came across so many amazing recipes then. And this is how I came across Elena Amsterdam and her website. She does a lot with almond flour and coconut flour. And I don't have anything highlighted. That's different. So it's all cupcakes. Yep, all cupcakes. And I have made her zucchini cupcakes. I think I've made more of her recipes that were on her website than necessarily straight from this cookbook. But the frostings part I found very interesting because being refined sugar-free and mostly dairy-free, finding really good frostings has been somewhat hard. This chocolate ganache, is that the one that I made? Might have that recipe printed off, but I remember her one particular chocolate frosting turning out really, 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 really good. I was very impressed with it. So if you have to stay away from some of the more like rice flours and starches and stuff like that and go more the almond and coconut flour, this is a really good reference, as well as her website is full of stuff too. And then we have this one, baby cakes. So there's, I don't know if she's still in business, but she was in New York City. This is a completely vegan and mostly gluten-free. I don't live in New York City, so I was like, I'm going to buy the cookbook. And so she has a lot of fun recipes in here. Very pretty. Oh, this was very good. I do remember making this one. It's really, really good. And the blondies. I think it's awesome when people share their recipes because they know they can affect and help more people than just people coming through the door. So, yeah. Excellent. This is reminding me of some recipes I haven't tried and done in a long time. Okay. This one, Every Last Crumb, Paleo Bread and Beyond. What I find very interesting and different about this cookbook is that a lot of cookbooks always try to have like really, really like good lighting with their cookbooks. But this one, she takes more of a like a darker approach, and I think that is a different approach and that uniqueness. And as you can see, I have all these recipes bookmarked about different ones that I want to make. I haven't done as much with this one, but it's also another paleo one. There's some recipes in here. I was like, whoa, she just made that completely dairy-free and egg-free too. We have waffles, we have breakfast and brunch, we have biscuits and scones. She has like food in here too, not just all like baked goods. We have donuts, we have naan, we have lafas, flatbread, dinner rolls. And the very interesting thing is about most of these people who have these cookbooks out there all had some type of like health concern or condition or almost on their deathbed from the food they were eating. And so now all these books usually have their stories in there too. And the stories are incredible in how these people literally like save themselves and heal themselves, which is very powerful. Oh, that looks really good. Curry chicken burgers with mango and guac. Oh, I have all these ideas here. You can make your own goldfish, pretzels, chili, chowder, tacos. Yes. So many great ideas. Angel food cake. Now this cookbook by Nicole Hahn, Gluten-Free on a Shoestring. I love, love, love her gluten-free pie crust recipe, the extra flaky one. And you use better batter flour blend for this recipe, and this particular recipe is on her website. Her recipe on her website are phenomenal. You should go check it out. It actually makes you sort of encouraged, like, oh, I can have that being gluten-free. And so that recipe I absolutely love, and I've turned it into many other things. But she has some great recipes. I did try making her loaf of bread, and it didn't quite turn out. I know I probably didn't do something right. But this is baked bread. So there's lots of like different bread ideas. There's hamburger buns. There's donuts. There's baguettes. Pizza. What is this? Looks like I made something. And does not make good drop biscuits. Okay. I don't know if that's from here. But, banana bread. But definitely check out her website. She has a lot of recipes on there. Many different ones. And I absolutely love that one that I was telling you about. And then this one. This one here is a masterpiece. Jenny Houellette, her website is called The Urban Poser. I think it's .blog. I don't know if it's .com. But she talks about her own health struggles. But her... I came across her also from that Stalkerville Net website, and I make her paleo pizza, which is not really a true pizza base. It's more like a pastry base. It's very different and interesting, but it's very light and airy and very, very, very good. Her website is amazing, so definitely go check her out. Go follow her on all the socials as well. But this one, you can see it's very well used. I have all these bookmarked and all these notes. Making her eclairs. Like, her pictures are absolutely gorgeous. She's very thorough in explaining everything. So beautiful. She has cookies, she has cakes, she has a different type of combinations, and she's like, take this cookbook and create your own things. Tarts and pastries and eclairs, and it's just beautiful. She's a beautiful photographer. And marshmallows and savory. Oh, there's her pizza. It is so good. Popovers. I don't know if this cookbook is still available. I know she crowdfunded it. It might be available still digital though. And I was one of those things where when I saw she was going to be making a cookbook, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to pre-order that, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't think you can still get it. But some of her recipes are still on her website, and so I'd highly, highly recommend her stuff as well. I have other cookbooks I want to buy and get, and I'll definitely share those when I do that, so there's definitely going to be more than one part series of these videos. But some other websites I really, really love that I don't have any other cookbooks, or they don't have cookbooks, are there's a lady, her name is Kim, and it's called Let Them Eat. And yeah, it's like Let Them Eat Gluten-Free Cake. and you can find her on YouTube. She has some definitely great recipes. There is Paleo OMG with Julie. I've made a lot of her savory dishes. So good. I've made like this like pizza sausage spaghetti squash casserole that was so good, and a lot of her savory dishes, I've made a lot of hers. That's Paleo OMG with I'm just drawing a blank about her name. I can see her face. Then Pamela's products, which she has like bread mixes and brownie mixes and cornbread mixes and so many more mixes. So it's pamelasproducts.com, and she's been making products since the 80s. She's one of the original gluten-free mixes available out there, and sometimes the older mixes get crowded out by the new products coming into the stores, so you don't always get to see the tried and true ones that have been there forever. But I absolutely love Pamela's products: bread mix, brownie mix, and cornbread mix. Like, the brownies literally make the best brownies I've ever had in my life, even before going gluten-free. And people who don't have to be gluten-free are like, those are really good brownies. And those are all the websites that are coming to me right now that I have done over the years. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully that helped you, and you can go look up these cookbooks and their websites and support them as well, and get more ideas and expand your toolbox, and know that gluten-free eating can be absolutely amazing and phenomenal and yummy, and it's a completely different way of eating, lifestyle, and culture. So when people have to go gluten-free, it is understandable that it's sort of like a shock to them, and they're like, I don't know what to do, how to eat, because it's literally like this uprooting of your food supply, which is a very primal survival type of feeling. And so hopefully this is a help to you. These are things that have helped me, so I'm just sharing them with you. If they help you or they don't help you, it just is what it is. And so thank you for following along. If you'd like to support my channel, I have a tip jar. The link is underneath the video or in my profile. I also have a book called Anxiety is No Fun, and it's about my journey of overcoming that, by Aura JD, and that is on Amazon. That's also a link in my profile as well. I also have an Etsy shop, and hopefully I'll have a gluten-free membership where you can get a lot of the recipes that I have used and developed and or adopted, and you can get those for a small fee. But anyways, have a good day.